On Christmas Day, there was a new Doctor Who special, and it was a significant episode for one reason. It was the debut of Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor Who. So, yes, he was in 2 previous specials, but they weren't truly his. He shared them with David Tennant. This is his. So this is his first time solo and by himself. And usually those are big ratings draws, but not this time. In fact, Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor Who Christmas Day special ratings are second worst debut in history. Viewers abandon the show's degeneracy. I don't know anything about that because I haven't been watching it. I've just been covering the news on it, but I do think it's funny that this franchise has lost half of its viewership. I did a video on this the other day. At their peak, they were getting, at least from what I saw, David Tennant's old Doctor Who episodes and so on, were getting like 10 million people tuning in on the regular. They have lost that by half, over half actually, because this stuff's at like 4 million. So you got a new Doctor come out. And then this used to be a big significant thing, but not anymore. Now, a debut happens for a Doctor, and they are lucky to even get a fraction of those old ratings. So this is yet another bad look for a fallen franchise, a franchise that has been last Jedi'd. That's what I like to call it. Because you have fractured fan bases again. That's what this is. It's fractured fan base. And it's getting even worse. It's getting even worse. Let's take a look at the numbers. The overnight ratings are in for Ncuti Gatwa's debut as a Doctor in the BBC's Christmas Day special, and they are not good. The BBC reports the Doctor Who special, The Church on Ruby Road, only saw a viewership of 4.7 million. This is just marginally better than the final 60th anniversary special that saw Gatwa take over the Doctor in The Giggle. That episode had viewership of 4.62 million. The other 2 previous 60th anniversary specials with David Tennant as the Doctor saw viewership at 5.8 million and 4.8 million. I was 5.08 million. Sorry, I think I said 5.8, but that's a decrease. Now, I think viewership will probably stay at 4.7 or 4.6 million for a few episodes, but that's still a significant drop for what this series used to do. It got really bad during Whittaker. They tried to fix it by bringing in Tennant. That was not something that was going to happen. And now they've got this new Doctor. It remains to be seen if he can rebound and bring people back. Maybe he can. I don't know. But the facts remain that this is one of the lowest debuts for a Doctor ever. In fact, Gatwa's debut ratings as the Doctor are some of the worst in the entire show's history. Jodie Whittaker's debut episode, The Woman Who Fell to Earth, had overall viewership of 10.9 million. That's crazy. Look at how much damage Jodie Whittaker's run as Doctor Who did to this series. That's why it dropped in half, 10.96 million. And that's down from Peter Capaldi's, who saw 9.17 million back in 2014. Matt Smith saw 10.8 million. Tennant's 10th Doctor, at the end of The Parting Ways back in 2005, had a totaling 6.9 million. His first episode by himself, The Christmas Invasion, hit 9.84 million views. Christopher Eccleston's 9th Doctor saw his viewership hit 10.81 million. Looking back even further, the 8th Doctor saw 9.808 million in 96. In 87, Sylvester McCoy's debut hit 5.1. Colin Baker's debut hit 6.9. And Peter Davidson's debut in 82 hit 9.10. Tom Baker's hit 12.10. And then John's was 8.4. Patrick's was 7.9. And then the First Doctor premiered at 4.4 million. However, the First Doctor would see a viewership increase over the next 10 episodes. Initially, it increased to 5.9. In the third episode, it went to 6.9. By episode 7, it was 8.9. With episode 8, it increased to 9.9. By episode 10, it was at 10.4 million. Wow, he really knocked it out of the park, man. And that's really not a knock saying like it's oh, well, look how low the First Doctor's was. Well, he had to build the show. He was the first one. Nobody knew who this was, right, before the First Doctor. So, yeah, naturally, he did such a good job. Look how much word of mouth carried that show up. Don't think that that's going to happen with this new Doctor series. I guess it's supposed to be extremely left, and he's going to have a love triangle with a dude and a girl, and they really want to lean into this. And I really don't know if that's what people are looking for in a sci-fi fantasy show. So, I mean, they did this to themselves. But, yeah, like, even Jodie Whittaker managed to pull in 10 million people, and then it, slid down a hill. It's like the First Doctor, but the opposite effect. A bunch of people tuned in, and then it fell into a pit of nobody, down to like 5 million something people, and now it's just going down and down. The way that they're going, this show is going to look awful in a year or two because people just keep checking out. So that's the gist of it. Where things go, I don't know, but a bad debut for the current Doctor Who. Maybe he can bounce it back, though. I don't know. His acting skills seem fine from what I've seen. It's the material. So maybe he can bounce it back if they correct course and actually make entertaining content. I don't know. If you're a Doctor Who fan, let me know how you feel about all of this in the comments. What are your thoughts on the new Doctor and the new episode? Let me know what you think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals, and I will see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.